Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of EDT Talks. Again, thank you sa mga subscribers natin. Thank you sa suporta nyo. I hope yung mga hindi pa nag-subscribe will subscribe very soon. Okay, let's continue discussing fringe benefits. Katatapos lang natin ng discussion ng de minimis benefits. Actually, de minimis benefit is also a fringe benefit. So in this particular video, I will discuss what are or what is a fringe benefit or what are fringe benefits, and we will also compare the fringe benefit to other benefits. So ano ba yung differences nila? Okay? And how are these treated for purposes of income taxation? Okay, so let's proceed. So what are fringe benefits or what is a fringe benefit? So as you can see, it is provided under RR 8-2018. Yan yung ating train law. Ang fringe benefit is defined as any goods, service, or other benefits, syempre furnished or granted by employer, in cash man yan or in kind, other than your sahod. Okay? Other than basic compensation by employer to an individual employee except rank and file employee. So, wag kayong malito ng konti dyan ha. Kasi, for purposes of income taxation, ang subject kasi sa fringe benefit tax ay yung mga holding managerial or supervisory position. So, actually, itong definition na to is in relation to fringe benefit tax. Kaya may nakalagay na except rank and file employee. So, kung ang pinag-usapan ay fringe benefit na subject to fringe benefit tax, ayan yung mga fringe benefit na dapat granted sa mga supervisory or managerial employees. Okay, so balikan natin. It is defined as any goods, service, or other benefits furnished or granted by an employer in cash or in kind sa kanyang mga empleyado except rank and file employee at ito ay maliban sa sahod ni employee. It is a form of pay which may be in the form of property, services, cash or cash equivalent to supplement a stated pay for the performance of services. Under the tax code, fringe benefits subject to FBT cover only those fringe benefits given or furnished to managerial or supervisory employee. The regulations do not cover those benefits which are part of taxable compensation income. So, if the fringe benefit is granted to a rank and file employee, hindi yan subject sa fringe benefit tax, pero it will be treated as sahod. It will be subjected to basic tax. Therefore, subject to creditable withholding tax on compensation income. So, ang fringe benefit na subject sa fringe benefit tax ay those granted only to supervisory and managerial employees. So, ano-ano ba itong mga fringe benefit na to, sir? Okay? So, ang sabi ng tax code natin, unless exempt, the following items of fringe benefits given or received by a supervisory or managerial employee shall be subject to FBT. So, ito yung housing, expense account, halimbawa, grocery allowance, o kaya reimbursable grocery, vehicle of any kind, household personnel, so sila yung nagbabayad sa mga katulong nyo, etc. Drivers and others. Nakakautang ka ba sa employer mo? At lower amount compared to market rate pag umuutang ka sa labas or sa bangko, or lower amount than the legal rate, yung excess nun is considered fringe benefit. Membership fees, dues, and other expenses borne by the employer for the employee in social and athletic clubs and similar organizations. Okay? Sir, CPA kasi ako eh. So, sir, syempre, meron kaming membership fee sa PICPA. Hindi yun fringe benefit, ha? Kasi considered yan na kailangan sa trabaho. Okay? Didiscuss natin yan later sa separate video. Ano-ano yung mga fringe benefit na exempt under the law. Okay? So, yan ay in relation to, or yan ay may kinalaman sa trabaho mo. So, pag ganon, exempt yun. Pero syempre, when we say fringe benefit, this is for personal benefit ni employee. Kaya yung mga membership fees dito and dues and other expenses borne by employer ay not in relation to the work, okay, of the employee. Expenses for foreign travel, didiscuss ko yan, holiday and vacation expenses, educational assistance, life or health insurance, and other non-life insurance premiums or similar amounts in excess of what the law allows. So, ito yung mga example. Actually, example to dahil hindi naman ito all-inclusive. So, yung isang concern kasi ng aking kaibigan ay ano ba ang difference ni FB sa other benefits? So, kabisaduhin mo muna itong FB and then saka mo puntahan si other benefits kasi pag nakabisado mo to, tapos nakita mo yung laman ng other benefits, makikita mo yung difference. Okay? So, ulitin ko ha, para lang dapat to sa mga supervisory and managerial employees, na-miss ko kasi, puntahan nga muna natin, ano ba difference? Kailan ba sasabihing managerial employee? Kailan sasabihing rank and file? So, our labor code distinguishes rank and file employee from managerial employee. It provides that a managerial employee is one who is vested with powers of prerogatives to lay down and execute management policies or to hire, transfer, suspend, lay off, recall, discharge, assign, or discipline employees, or to effectively recommend such managerial actions. Kaya kasama dito ang supervisory kasi normally supervisory sila yung may recommending or recommendatory powers, parang ganon. Okay? So yan yung definition ng managerial employees sa labor code natin. All employees not falling within this definition are considered rank and file. Sabi naman ni RR 8-2018, ang ating train law, sabi niya, ang rank and file ay yung empleyado na neither managerial nor supervisory or holding neither managerial nor supervisory position. Okay? So, kung nakatanggap ka ng fringe benefit at ikaw ay rank and file, basic tax yun. Unless exempt under the law. I-discuss natin yung exempt sa separate video. Kung nakatanggap ka ng fringe benefit at ikaw ay managerial supervisory, generally, subject to FBT yan. As to how to compute FBT, i-discuss ko naman yan sa separate video. Okay? So, paano yan, sir? Pwede bang yung FB ay walang FBT? Oo naman. Okay? Kung exempt yan under the law. O kaya, nakatanggap ka nga ng FB pero ikaw naman ay rank and file employee. So, ulitin ko lang itong mga listahan, no? So, ito yung listahan mo ng fringe benefit. Therefore, ganito yan. Kapag ka nandito sa list, hindi yan isasama sa other benefits. Okay? Kasi yan ay magiging fringe benefit mo. So, housing, wala yan sa other benefits. Kasi yung isang concern ng kaibigan ko ay, meron bang option si employer na instead na gawing FB, ilagay niya sa other benefits? The answer is, kung ganun ang gusto niya na i-exercise yung option kung yan ay FB or other benefits, depende sa nature ng benefit na ibibigay niya. So mamaya ipapakita ko yung listahan ng other benefits. Pag housing, definitely that's not other benefit. That's fringe benefit. Sir, may exempt ba na housing? Yes, di-discuss natin sa separate video. Expense account is not other benefits. So, it's a fringe benefit. So, syempre, dahil benefit ang pinag-uusapan natin, syempre, ang nakinabang sa mga to ay employee. Kasi otherwise, kung ang nakinabang ay yung employer, hindi yan taxable fringe benefit. Kagaya ng housing. So, although i-discuss ko later sa separate video, edi bigyan ko na ng example. So, halimbawa, manufacturing company kayo, Laguna yung manufacturing, medyo malayo sa kabihasnan, malayo sa city, etc. Karamihan ng manggagawa malayo doon sa manufacturing plant nyo. Ang ginawa ng employer, nagtayo na lang ng parang tirahan ng mga empleyado, o ang nag-benefit doon employer kasi hindi na kailangan bumahe everyday yung employees. So therefore, hindi sila pagod sa biyahe, hindi sila nagagastusan sa pamasahe, etc. In that case, the housing benefit is exempt. So, yun yung mga example na i-discuss ko in a separate video. So, syempre, when we say fringe benefit na subject to FBT, lahat ito nag-benefit ay empleyado and not exempt under the law. Kaya nga, unless exempt. So, ulitin ko housing, hindi yan other benefits. Expense account, hindi yan other benefits. So, hindi ito papasok sa 90,000 na ceiling. Okay? Vehicle of any kind. Hindi yan other benefits. That's fringe benefit. Okay? Again, household personnel, such as maid, drivers, and others. Interest on loans. Binanggit ko na kanina. I will discuss that in a separate video. Yung mga other fringe benefits. Again, itong membership fee na to dapat itong membership fee na to ay not required by the profession. Not required by your work. So, yung mga CPAs sa office ko, meron PICPA dues, ako na yung magbabayad. So, EDT consultancy na yung magbabayad ng PICPA dues nila, mga CPAs Required yun sa kanilang profession Hindi mo yun itratrato na fringe benefit ni employee. Operating expense lang yun ni employer. Okay? So, yung membership fees dito shall not pertain to membership fees na required by the profession. Okay? Na required sa work ni empleyado. Okay? So, otherwise, pag ganun, magiging tax exempt yun. Expenses for foreign travel, holiday, vacation, expenses. So, baka malito kayo dito sa dalawang to. So, holiday, vacation, expenses. So, syempre, this is not pertaining to mga, mga company outings kasi syempre kung company outings, OPEX talaga ni employer lang yan na regular. Kasama yun sa regular na na parte ng operating expenses ni employer yon. So, itong holiday and vacation expenses, ito yung personal. So, halimbawa, meron kayong benefit na every year, you can go to other countries, okay? For free, sagot ni company. Yan, holiday, vacation expenses. Regardless kung ito ay local or international. Holiday nga vacation expenses how about itong expenses for foreign travel? Kung dito pala, meron ng local, meron pang international, bakit dito expenses for foreign travel? Ito yung mga business-related, kagaya ng conventions abroad. Kaso, ano ba ang treatment kapag may conventions abroad? Business convention. Pag business convention, natural may kinalaman sa trabaho yun, di ba? Kaya kung business convention tapos Pilipinas, natural, hindi yan fringe benefit. Kasi gastos lang yan ni employer. Okay? Lahat yun i-charge kay employer. That is for the benefit of the employer. Kapag ka business convention Philippines. Kasi, natural, ako na empleyado, ba't ako ang gagastos kung yan ay business convention pala? Sir, business convention abroad. Generally, hindi ko rin yan fringe benefit. Kasi, business convention nga di natural. Hindi yan taxable sa akin. Kasi, pinapunta ako ng employer dyan bakit nasa listahan, sir? Kasi, may instances na ang foreign travel, kahit business-related, ay taxable. Halimbawa, Ang exempt kasi sa ating batas, yung ating allowance, daily allowance, halimbawa ay $300. Any amount in excess of $300, taxable yon kay empleyado. So kung yung empleyado ay rank and file, basic tax. Kung yung empleyado ay managerial supervisory, fringe benefit tax. Maliban doon sa $300 na lodging allowance a day, okay, meron na limit, yung doon sa ano ba yung klase ng ticket na ginamit. Kasi kung yung ticket mo ay economy, okay, in that case, lahat yon ay hindi fringe benefit ni employee. Lahat yon ay simply ordinary expenses ni employer. Pero kung yung ginamit ay business class, okay, or first class na ticket. Kung first class na ticket, 30% nun ay taxable. Yung 70% ang exempt, fringe benefit. So yun yung difference ni number 7 and number 8. I will discuss that in a separate video. Educational assistance sa empleyado, okay, pero pwedeng exempt yan. Okay? So kung yan ay may kinalaman sa trabaho ni empleyado, tapos merong written agreement to stay, regardless kung ilang taon yung written agreement to stay, pagpasok yung dalawang yon, tax exempt yun. Pero kung educational assistance, hindi pasok yung dalawa, take note, dalawa dapat. May kinalaman sa profession mo o trabaho mo. Sir, walang kinalaman doon. Automatically, fringe benefit yan. Kung rank and file ka, basic tax. Kung supervisory managerial, fringe benefit tax. Sir, meron ding educational assistance to dependents? Yes. Okay. Kung nag-qualify si dependent under a competitive scheme, exempt yon. Pero kung hindi, halimbawa, basta nasa nasa company policy na lahat ng mga dependents ni empleyado, kunwari, ay bahala na si employer. Pag ganun, taxable fringe benefit yon. Pero kung kaya pala nag-qualify yung anak mo sa educational assistance ni employer, ay ang galing pala ng anak mo eh. Dumaan pala yan sa matinding screening eh. In that case, that will be exempt. Didiscuss ko yun in a separate video. So may idea na kayo kung ano yung mga i-discuss ko sa separate video. And then, life or health insurance and other non-life insurance premium or similar amounts in excess of what the law allows. Halimbawa, PhilHealth. Ang sabi lang naman ng batas, kunwari lang ang sabi ng batas, dapat ang contribution sa PhilHealth ay 200. Nalimutan ko na kung magkano 200. Yun yung required ng law. Sabi ni employer, gawin kong 500 para kung sakaling magkasakit ka, etc., mas malaki makuha mo. Pag ganun, kung ginawa niyang 500, ang sabi ng ang required ng law 200, sobra ng 300. Yung 300, yun yung fringe benefit. Okay? In excess of what the law allows. Okay. So, yan yung mga fringe benefit mo ano naman sir yung other benefits? Kasi nalilito kami. Kailan ba yan? Kailan ba yan fringe benefit? Kailan ba yan other benefits? Kasi pag fringe benefits sir, ang tax nun, di ba? Kung rank and file, basic tax. Kung supervisory managerial, FBT. Yes. Pero kung other benefits sir, exempt yan pag hindi lagpas 90 ang total. Yes. Tapos sir, kung lagpas 90, yung excess, basic tax yun. Yes. Kaya mahalagang malaman mo kung yan ay fringe benefit or pasok sa other benefits. 13th month pay and other benefits. So, sabi ng tax code natin in relation to PD 851, okay, as amended under the Train Law, provides that 13th month pay and other benefits received by officials and employees of public and private entities are exempt from income tax and creditable withholding tax on compensation provided na hindi iyan lalagpas 90 Alam ko na yan, sir. Ang gusto kong malaman, ano-ano yung mga other benefits. Okay? So by the way, yung fringe benefit natin kanina will apply regardless kung ikaw ay empleyado ng private entity or government entity. Ha? Otherwise, the excess would form part of the individual's gross income and would be subject to income tax and applicable creditable withholding tax. So, kung other benefits yan, hindi lagpas 90,000, regardless of your position, exempt. Kung yan ay lagpas 90,000, regardless of your position, yung excess over the 90,000, basic tax yun. Kagaya lang yun ng sahod mo. So ano-ano itong mga other benefits na to? Sabi ng ating revenue regulation, dapat ang papasok lang sa other benefits ay yung mga naka-enumerate sa section 278, 2.78, paragraph 1, subparagraph B, number 11, paragraph A and B ng RR 2-98. Ng RR 2-98. So, kung ano-ano yung mga nasa other benefits, ay yun yung nasa RR 2-98, section 2.78. Okay? Ano-ano yung mga yon? O, eto yon. Sabi ng RR 2-98, section 2.78, Christmas bonus. Oh, other benefits yan. Pero wag mong kalimutan ha, 'di ba, yung unang 5,000 ay papasok sa de minimis. Any excess, o yan yung ipasok mo sa Christmas bonus, at yan ay pasok sa tinatawag na other benefits na may limit na 90,000. Productivity incentive bonus. Sir, may na-discuss tayo kanina ng productivity saka, di ba pag ganun, yung first 10,000. So kung hindi more than 10,000, de minimis. Pag lagpas 10,000, lahat yan ilalagay mo sa other benefits. Diniscuss ko yan sa de minimis benefits. Loyalty awards. Gift, in cash man or in kind, and other benefits of similar nature. Similar nature. Actually received by official and employees of both government and private employees. So, eto lang ang pasok sa other benefits. O, sampulan kita. Housing. Hindi naman yung Christmas bonus. Di naman yung productivity incentive bonus. Di naman yung loyalty awards. Hindi yung gift in cash or in kind. Fringe benefit yun. Okay? Binigyan ka ng vehicle, yung nasa listahan ng fringe benefit. So, hindi yan Christmas bonus, productivity incentive bonus, loyalty awards, gift in cash or in kind, and other benefits of similar nature. Okay? So, pag bonus yan, other benefits yan. Okay? Bonuses, as well as productivity and loyalty benefits mo. So, yun yung mga other benefits mo. Other than those, kasi napaka-specific Yan lang daw So, pag wala dito, fringe benefit yun. So, yung concern ng kaibigan ko kung yan ay fringe benefit or other benefit, tingnan mo sa listahan. Okay? So, kung wala dito, fringe benefit talaga yun. Kagaya nung foreign travel, hindi naman yung Christmas bonus, productivity incentive bonus, loyalty awards, and gift in cash or in kind na medyo related sa tatlong yan. Okay? Of similar nature sir, so kung ako si employer, ano mas mabaganda, sir? Magbigay ako ng other benefits o fringe benefit? Actually, mas mahirap magbigay ng fringe benefit kasi lalo kung yan ay kung ang employee na bibigyan mo ay rank and file, no problem no problem kay employer yon kung yan ay fringe benefit or other benefit. Kasi kung fringe benefit, OPEX ko yon, ikaw naman na employee, basic tax ka, di ba? Wala namang effect sa akin yung tax ni employee. Kapag yung tax niya ay basic tax, walang effect sa akin yon. So, halimbawa, magbibigay ako ng fringe benefit na 100,000 ang total, kunwari, 100,000. Ano naman ngayon kung 100,000 fringe benefit, rank and file yon, so ang gastos ko 100,000. Kung other benefits naman, 100,000 pa rin ang gastos ko. No effect kapag ang bibigyan mo ay rank and file. Kaso, kung ang bibigyan mo ay managerial or supervisory, ingat-ingat ka kasi yung ibibigay mong 100,000, hindi lang yun ang gastos mo. Magbabayad ka pa ng fringe benefit tax sa gobyerno. Okay? So, kaya medyo importante na malaman kung ang ibibigay mo ay fringe benefit or other benefit. Kung ikaw ay employer at yung bibigyan mo ng ganyang benepisyo ay managerial ba, supervisory, o kaya rank and file. Kasi kung rank and file, no effect. Pero kung managerial, supervisory, may effect kasi yun dahil sa fringe benefit tax. So yun nga, sir. So ako ay employer. Magbibigay sana ako ng benefit kaso managerial supervisory siya. O edi better na ibigay mo other benefits kaysa fringe benefit. Di ba? Kung yun ang concern mo. Kaso yung ibibigay mo hindi naman pasok dito. No choice ka, fringe benefit talaga yun. Okay? Fringe benefit talaga yun. So, that will be subjected to fringe benefit tax. Maliwanag ba? I hope naliwanagan, no? So, tinan mo to, ha? Gumawa ako ng pinagtabi ko para mas makita mo. Tinan mo. Ito din yung diniscuss natin. Nandito yung mga fringe benefits mo. Na-discuss na natin itong mga to. Again, ha, pwedeng may madagdag dito, ha? Kasi hindi naman to all-inclusive na listahan. Pero maliwanag, ito ang other benefits mo. Christmas bonus, hindi naman, wala naman dito yun, Productivity incentive bonus, wala dyan, Loyalty awards, wala din dyan, And gift in cash or in kind na similar dito sa tatlo. Okay? Actually received by official employees of both government and private employees. Similar nature. Kaya, pag bonus ang pinag-usapan, 13th month pay and other benefits agad yun. Okay? Other than those, fringe benefit yun. Nagets nyo yung difference? Ngayon, irrelevant kung yan ay fringe benefit, other benefit, kung ikaw ay employer at ang bibigyan mo ay rank and file. Pero kung ikaw ay employer at ang bibigyan mo ay managerial supervisory, i-consider mo yan. Kasi pag fringe benefit yan at hindi exempt under the law, may additional tax ka na fringe benefit tax. Generally, 35%. I will discuss in a separate video, that is our next topic, how to compute the fringe benefit tax. Okay? Okay. Next. Na-discuss ko na to yung ruling ng CBA, okay, ng BIR pertaining to productivity and incentive pay, na kung yan ay benefit under CBA or CNA, not more than 10,000, de minimis yun. Pag more than 10,000, the entire amount will be other benefits. Okay? So, yan yung ating fringe benefits saka other benefits. I hope kahit papano naliwanagan kayo sa differences nung dalawa. So, again, thank you very much for your support. I hope you subscribe, you like, and share our channel. See you sa next